Hey guys, let me get back around. I set up my space. It's a little cramped. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. So, I thought we would arrange flowers together today. And, sorry, a little cramped. I gotta figure out something. And I'm going to pull you up on my little iPad so I can actually read the chat because you're a little bit far away from me right now. And I'm kind of out of breath because we're just running around trying to get set up. So, let's see. Okay. YouTube's. Oh no, it's not installed on this. God, what a pain in the butt. Now I'm sweating because I got nervous. Oh golly. Okay, let's see if I can pull it up on my internet or browser. That's it. Hi, who's here? Say hello. Sorry, I started sweating. I might sweat a lot. I just got nervous because I didn't have everything set up. And it's not having me signed in. How are you guys today? I hope you are well. Hey, Jason. Sorry, I'm working on pulling you up on my iPad. So that's what's happening. And yeah, this is harder than I wanted it to be. Do apologize. Let me just get here, maybe someday. How are you, Jason? There we go. I think I have it up now. Yay. All right. So what I got going on here are, maybe that won't work. Oh my goodness. Everything's going wrong. Everything's going wrong. Okay, whatever. So I can kind of read. I'm doing okay. I'm a little bit warm because I got nervous and now the thing won't load on my iPad. And yeah, so I feel like a dweeb. Maybe I'll just work on downloading YouTube. I don't know. It's not working as intended. There we go. Maybe. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. Someday this will work out just fine. Okay, I can see the chat now on my iPad very well. So, and I think I need a little space there. I'm going to be stuck behind here. So maybe I should put those down. So I got the flowers I picked this morning. And I'm really excited to, arrange them with you today. Last week we picked flowers, and this week we're going to arrange them. Obviously, they're flowers picked today, not last week. So these are my greens. They're working on, I haven't decided if I'm actually going to use this sage. It's like a little bit unhappy up here. I might try it, but I might end up pulling it out. What I kind of like doing sometimes is just like putting stuff. I think I'm only going to have enough flowers to do like 3 bouquets this week instead of 4. And what I like to do is put, kind of divvy out the flowers and greens and stuff. And I'm really excited because, before I do anything else, I got to clean my clippers. But I'm really excited because I decided to pull some tiny aspen branches out to try and use in my bouquet this week. And I mean, in theory, it should work fine. Sometimes things don't, but I think I'll be fine. So this week has been kind of hectic. I've been really busy every day this week, and it's been, you know, some of it has been really stressful. I'm trying to remember what I actually did on Monday. I don't really actually remember, but I did something. And then on Wednesday probably was the most stressful day because I woke up to Benji like coughing. He sounded like he was choking. Benji's my cat. So he sounded like he was choking, and oh my goodness gracious, it was scary. I didn't know what to do, and I grabbed him and I brought him to Dan, and I just was like, I don't even know. I was like, what's going on with him? He's like, he sounds like he's choking, Adrienne. And I was like, well, what do I even do? I apparently need to go to Kitty Heimlich class or something so that I could figure out what the heck to do in that situation, because that wasn't it. A lot of nothing was not doing the right thing. So I called the vet, and I decided to take him in, and we took him in. Well, just me. And they tried to say that it was just like an allergy thing, and I was like, I really don't think that's it. I really don't think that's what is going on. And because later on, he kind of did it again, and I don't know, it was very stressful. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take off any extra greens on. Hi, Bruce! How are you today? I hope you're well. I'm going to take off any extra greens I don't think I need. And I have a little scrap bucket over here. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I have my iPad here set up so I can read your guys' messages. And I'm really excited. And I'm going to, what's nice when you're making flower arrangements, or what is good to do is make sure to cut the stems at a 45-degree angle to give it a really nice amount of stem to water ratio or whatever to help them take up water easier. Because cut flowers, especially the ones you get, from your local stand or whatever, sitting out in the rain, is it warm and rainy? They're fresh and they're going to take up a lot of water compared to maybe the flowers that you would get from, the florist or whatever. And I'm no pro, but I think that everybody can do this at home, and flowers are pretty no matter how you arrange them, so I think it's always a really good time. Bruce has a lot of flowers. He should do some flower arranging. I think that would be fun to see. Bruce, are you going to do another garden tour? Or do you think it's just going to rain like indefinitely? I'm trying to decide how much of this stuff I want. I can always take some out later. This is actually native rabbit brush. And rabbit brush is an excellent pollinator plant out here in the desert. It helps support the most species of pollinators of all the plants in Central Oregon, which is really cool. I learned that when I was doing the Oregon Bee Atlas, in which we were collecting specimens to figure out, what species of bees and stuff we had in Oregon. It's still going on. I don't really participate in it anymore, but it was a good time, and it was really educational. Next nice day, you'll do that's great. I just realized that when I make these bouquets, it's going to cover my face. We'll figure it out when we get there, I guess. I might put the buckets down below. I thought this would be a fun little activity. I posted this or promotion for this. Apparently nobody cares, but that's fine. It's fine. I'm not sad about it. It's cool. Oh, I know. I'm so sorry. So did he like it? I'm such a dweeb. I thought he would open it first for some reason, and I knew I was like a half an hour late. And Tim has a hard time like reading all the chat, so I lucked out there. I really did. He has so many people in his chats now. It's really exciting for him. Okay, so I got 2 more left, and they all have 3, so I'm gonna set these aside. That's what I have these extra jars for, just to set some extra stuff aside. This is one of my favorite things to add to bouquets. It is called Red Orac. I don't even know if I'm saying that. Orac. O-R-A-C-H. How do you say it? I just say Orac, and I think that's because, like, in Germany, like, it's kind of pronounced with a K when you have a GH, and that's kind of, or a CH, sorry, and that kind of stuck with me. All my junk is all tangled up in here. I can't wait for next year to try. Ooh, there's a lot of spiders. To try, doing more flowers. This is one of my favorite things to add, and it's actually sagebrush plumes, and I think they add like the coolest texture to bouquets. And although they don't really bloom until July, maybe they start to bloom at the end of July. Or maybe it's just August. I don't know. But anyway, they've been blooming since I started doing arrangements this year, and that's just been this month. And it's been a good time. Well, after I do some divvying here, I'll I don't know if I want to use that one. I'll just put one bouquet in front of us at a time. What else did I do this week? I don't remember. So yesterday I met in person the farm sitter who's going to take care of the farm while we go on vacation next year. And that should be cool. She seems really nice. And I'm still nervous as heck. Like, I feel like nobody understands like my fear with my cat and everything, and so I'm just like, oh my god, he's gonna die. Anyway, that's my own deal, and I'm gonna have to get over it because I really want to go on this vacation. It's really scary. I'm really scared. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Obviously, they're not gonna be that tall. I'm just doing a little divvying. I think it's really fun to add unique and different items to bouquets, something that people wouldn't really expect. And kind of like what I've been doing lately when I'm like advertising my bouquets locally is I talk about how my bouquets kind of are, they're not the typical bouquets that you're going to find at a florist. Like, a lot of the florists will purchase, and not every florist, but a lot of florists purchase from overseas, from big companies and stuff. And what I like about my flowers is, like, I know what I put into them. I don't put anything that will make them last unnaturally long. In the future, I might invest in, like, the powder stuff that you can put in the bouquet water. But right now, that's not really on the docket. Oh my goodness gracious. And so I get to talk about that, and I just say, like, these are more like free form, fun bouquets, and they're going to be different, and they're going to act different than what you get from the florist. I don't know how people feel about that, but it makes me feel good. Anyway, then I also, oh, this might be too much stuff, but I can always take stuff out. That is the real thing. Like, I can always, remove stuff. And if you guys have flowers at home, you could totally, do your own bouquets at home. It's really fun and easy. It's like a really nice creative outlet as well, if you ever need that. I know I do. What did you guys do this week that's interesting? I'm still trying to remember what I did all week. I know I was busy every day. I was busy every day this week, and it made me anxious. I had an anxious morning trying to get ready, and then once I finally started harvesting the flowers and stuff, I felt a lot better. But it was still kind of like full of stress, and I can't really figure out why. Your black hollyhocks opened, yay! That's exciting. Did you plant them out this year or last year, and so that they bloom this year? Hi! We're playing with flowers today, and I'm short. I'll get some stuff out of the way soon. So I found this one. I think it is a native amaranth. And it's pretty fun. It's got, it does what it does, which is this. But those little green things, like these things, are kind of pokey. And I'm not like super happy about that, that they're so pokey. They kind of hurt. But I thought they'd be really interesting to etch in. So if you hear me say ouch, it's because I touched these. They were from seed this year and they bloomed this year. That's excellent because they're supposed to be biennials. That's crazy. I'm good. That's awesome. I'm going to take off these crazy leaves because they look like poop. I'll do more of that later. Oh, why they gotta be so pokey? Oh, good. I only got a few of them. But I think they look really cool. And I think they'll, add a lot of interest to the bouquet. The baby geese are doing really well still, and they're really silly, and they're not babies anymore. They're huge. And every morning when I go feed the donkeys, I go out and they come running, to the edge of the fence closest to where I feed the donkeys, because Dan usually does the waterfowls and stuff in the mornings. And so they just run to the fence, and it's a great time. They're pretty awesome. I quite like them. And then today, when I was out there foraging for a couple things to add to the bouquets, the little geese were just following me around. And I don't know why, I'll probably forever call them the baby geese. They're bigger than my 4-year-old geese, which is so funny. They're great. I am so pleased with them. I'm so glad I got them, even though I'm didn't really want any more animals. Now we're going to work on getting rid of the white geese, and that should be interesting. So the baby geese are starting to sound like real live adult geese, which is, fantastic, which is the point of them. And but now we have the hard task of finding a new home for the 2 white geese, and it's going to be, to the point where we don't get to decide what kind of home they go to. And the person's going to do whatever they're going to do with them. I'm just going to be like, don't tell me what you're going to do with them, and we'll be cool. Hey, Skinner Farms, how are you today? We're playing with flowers. I don't know. It seemed like people were kind of excited about this idea. So we'll just see how it goes. So right now I'm just kind of divvying up some greens amongst my vases. I think I only have enough flowers to do 3 bouquets this week. There was not as many flowers for me to cut today. So that's a thing. And, okay. So what we have in here so far is some native rabbit brush, some aspen branches, and we have some sagebrush, some native amaranth, and then we have some red orac. And I think it's going to look pretty great. And I got the flowers here, and we're going to work on divvying them up too. I'm trying to make it to where, you know, like I'm not completely blocked by everything, which is hard. It's what happens when you're short. I have my table, I can crank it up, and so I have a, you know, go past my belly button. I did have some new sunflowers to harvest today, so that was really exciting. I'm happy with that, always happy. For sunnies, I had a lot less calendula to harvest today because I'm having a really big problem with budworms, and they are the worst. They just crawl up the plant and then they eat the bud when it's shut. They eat it from the inside out. And so for, you know, the second time this year, I had to use something to help my plants. I decided to go with something called BT, and I forget what the whole word, what BT stands for exactly, but it is an organic, what is it? Starts with a B. Well, I think. It's something that's already present in places, and it specifically targets caterpillars. And so I don't have to worry about my bees getting hurt or anything other than caterpillars. One thing you have to, you know, be careful of is if, you know, you're spraying on, say, like, what are those called? That monarch butterflies, like milkweed. Like, you don't want to spray on the milkweed. You might lose power. Is it a really bad storm? So, because then, you know, the milkweed or the monarch butterflies would get hurt from the BT. So it seemed like it slowed them down some, but still the plants haven't really had a huge chance to recover quite yet. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. It's a thing that I'm dealing with, and I don't know how. So I'm really enjoying so far doing cut flowers, and it's been such a good time. And I've only been doing it for like a month, and I almost lost everything to the freeze. Was it this last weekend or was it last week? I can't even remember now. The 24th? The 23rd. Is that Monday? So we had a light frost on the 23rd. And oh my gosh, there's a budworm right there. Oh, God. I'll show you. I'll bring it close. I don't know what to do with him. I didn't have any on when I harvested. So, okay. Ooh, it's a little dark. You can see him there. And now I don't know what to do with him. He did eat some of this, so maybe I'll just cut it off, throw it outside. I mean, I'd like him not to exist anymore. That would be great, but apparently he does. Maybe I'll be right there. I'm gonna grab something and put him in it. So, you know, the BT didn't quite do everything that we wanted it to do. My friend said I needed to apply it more often, but it said once a week, so just wasn't really sure. I like to follow the instructions because I'm kind of a rule follower. Okay, so I'm going to get out, I put into, I think this is the same flower. I can't tell. Okay, got all these calendulas. Calendulas have to be my favorite flower I grow right now. They come in so many colors. And look, so I finally had some bright orange ones to harvest this week. And they're amazing. Like when I'm outside at like dusk, they look like they are glowing. They're so bright. So I quite like them. And the native bees like the calendulas. I have not seen a ton of native bees this last month at least. It's been kind of sad because they're my favorite, you know. I mean, I love my honeybees, but native bees really are the best, the bestest. Let's see, how many of these did I get? I only got 4, because I thought I could only do 2. So we'll leave one somewhere. Put this one on the side. But that storm must be pretty crazy there, Bruce. It's too bad. Is there like the hurricane issue there? That's probably it. That's crazy. Does that usually happen? That it goes so high in the U.S.? I really don't know. I might have too many greens in. That's fine. Okay. Now I'm separating the white calendulas from my orange ones so I can easily pick between them. This is also a calendula. I love it. It looks a little bit more orange on camera. I don't know what to do with this one. Maybe I only got 2 of the other sunny. I don't remember. I don't know. Wish I could remember. So I got these. These were a little bit too short to put in the bucket, so I put them in something else. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't even know what to talk about this week. I'm just having a good time, trying to... Oh, there's another budworm. God. What a douche. Okay, he hasn't really eaten this one, so... I dumped him in water. They must have been hiding out on the stems. I tried really hard. I looked at every single one pretty carefully, or at least I thought I was being pretty careful, in hopes that I wouldn't get, a bunch of them, but lo and behold, I got them anyway. So, anything exciting going on with us? Not much exciting. I think we're going to go out to eat tonight because we haven't been out in a while. And we're going to support one of our favorite restaurants. They're having a hard time. And I think this is happening everywhere, that there's not enough employees places. And so it's happening that one of my favorite restaurants are closed Monday through Wednesday because they don't have enough employees, and I think that's so sad. And so that's why we're going to go out tonight and help support them. And I don't know. I'm sure it helps. And they have really great artichoke dips. They're called Initiative Brewing. If you're ever in the Redmond area, they're run by young people, which is really exciting. It's a brewery, and they're just good people. They're actually, when I was doing Bees and Brews for my club, where we would just, go and get something to eat and talk bees together. They allowed us to, have that gathering there, and it was really nice. Sorry, I'm a little funny. Okay. Sometimes the calendulas are really wimpy, and if you turn them the wrong way, they'll just break like jerks. And so I'm just trying to make sure I do everything kind of nicely. I might have had enough stuff to do 4. I'll do 3 and then we'll figure it out later. But it does take me a very long time to make bouquets, probably inappropriately long. I don't know, I think it might be a little bit of a perfectionism and worry and stuff like that. Where did the other one go? Okay. And I'm sure the longer I do this, I'll get a little bit faster as I go. It's pretty fun. So I was hoping you guys had some questions or something. I did a bee check on Wednesday and everything went well. I went ahead and did a treatment with AP Guard and Formic Pro. AP Guard on 3 hives and Formic Pro on 1. And it wasn't the first time I used AP Guard, but it was the first time I used AP Guard at full strength, because the last time I used it, the hive I had was not super strong. And so I was they're appropriately strong, so I should use the full strength. And I found that a couple hours later, I went back and looked at the hive, and they were bearding like crazy. And I was like, oh my goodness, that was the first time actually that I saw my bee's beard ever. So that was really interesting. Did I really? No, I got 3 of those. I just accidentally got only 2 of that other one. Oh well, there wasn't. Sometimes it can be different, right? I mean, I tried to make them generally all the same-ish. Hopefully that one will open. I think it should. We'll find out. Did I only have 2 of that kind too? Or did I put 1 in? Sorry. My brain apparently is really deep right now. All your bees are bearding and drowning because it's raining? Oh my goodness, that's too bad. I don't know what to do. I hope they will be fine. I mean, some will die, I guess. This stinks. I mean, it's too hot, so it must be muggy and awful. I think this one should go here, maybe. Hi, Patty. We're obviously arranging flowers today. And apparently I didn't get an equal amount of everything, and I thought I did. But I did not. And that's okay. It'll be fine. Oh well. And so right now I'm just divvying up what I have amongst my jars, and then I'll go through and actually arrange them at that point. I think I have a little bit too much stuff in them. I probably could have done 4 bouquets, but I don't quite have enough flowers, I think. I don't know. We'll figure it out as it goes. But I've been having a good time doing flowers, and I was talking about, so checking my bees. everyone's doing, pretty well from what I can tell. And I'm still really impressed with Goldenrod. That was the one that I made from 2 queenless splits earlier this year as an experiment that people said I was doing everything wrong, right? And they're the best, actually. They're probably one of the most strongest colonies I have right now out of 4. I want a really wimpy one, and then Rose, the wimpy one is honeysuckle because they swarmed. That was my bad. I wasn't paying attention. And Rose, last time I checked on them 2 weeks ago, they were like kind of wimpy. And I was like, oh, I don't know what happened really. I think they were getting really robbed and stuff. But they were strong enough to also fend them off because, they were still alive. And so when I opened them on Wednesday, I was really happily surprised to see them completely jam-packed in there. Like just, like to the point I needed to add another box. So that's good. And then with them, because they were so jam-packed and doing well, I decided that I would give them the Formic Pro treatment, and that is a treatment that you can use with honey supers on. Because I'm just kind of hoping I get a little bit of honey this year. Just look. Okay, so my hopes aren't like super high, right? Because it's been a shit year for kind of everything. But like, I don't know, a couple frames would be nice because right now we still have the rabbit brush blooming, and that's probably, if we had a normal year, we'd have a pretty decent, we'd have a somewhat okay summer flow, and then towards the end of the season we have the rabbit brush, and I think that's one of the bigger flows that we have because if you don't remember, my colonies, I had to feed them because they had no stores in them, and that was really that made me pretty distraught. I was really upset for the bees, but now they all seem to have stores, which is excellent. Okay, I decided to go with not wide mouth jars this week, and come to find out, I think if I had wide mouth jars, I'd be able to fit everything in here. So I'm gonna have to take out some stuff, I think. I'll just put a couple of these in. But anyway, I'm just super pleased with how the bees are doing. A little bit surprised, really. But it's good. I wish that I had, the umph to work on videos. I don't right now. Still, I might sometime. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add these other ones last. And I'm going to work on arranging a little bit now. So I'm going to put these off to the side and work on one. We'll work on this one. Looks like a good time. Do you guys have any plans this weekend? I think we are going to work on, Dan said that he wanted to work on the cover for the door that goes under our house because it looks like poop. It's not very attractive, and so we're thinking that we can make it nicer and easier to access. So I'm going to go ahead and separate my flowers. This probably seems kind of redundant. Like, why did I do that? I know, I kind of just like to make sure that I have a little bit of everything that I want in the arrangement. This is the sagebrush plumes. I love them. They make me happy. And they smell so nice, just like in the house. Like, they make it smell like a floral shop, which is I love that. And then this is the red orac. I think that's too tall. We'll make it shorter. So I have a little junk bucket down here in which I put all my little leaves I tear off or trash or whatever, and then I go ahead and throw it in my compost when I'm done. And I'm really excited that I got these aspen branches off my trees today because I think it's going to look really cool and different. And I know they move so fun. But how tall do I want them? I think I want them shorter than that. I was my best friend came to visit last weekend, and she was here, and when I needed to arrange flowers because I was gonna sell some for Saturday, and I was like thinking, I'm sorry, this must be really boring, and I was thankful when she was like, actually, it's really satisfying to watch you do this, and I was like, oh good, because I was worried that she was bored, but I should know better. I've known her since I was 12. She's pretty easygoing. It had just been so long since I saw her, I was worried. It's nice to have, friends that you've known that long. She's the only person who's not family, who I have in my life, who has known me that long. So I gotta keep her around. I don't know how much I'll put in. Maybe like 2. Aren't these great? They're very long. I was pretty sure that they'd last by a while in a bouquet. Obviously, I don't know. I should have probably tested them, but that's not how I roll. And I'm surprised that Benji's not up here trying to eat everything. Because that's what he does. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Maybe they need to be shorter. I don't know. Let's see, what else is new? Not a lot. It's kind of like one of those lull times in the year where there's not like a whole lot going on, but you probably should be getting ready for winter and doing important things like that. Oh, yesterday, I think so too. Yesterday, the farm sitter came, and up comes Stuart, and his eyes all shut and weepy and looking all swollen, and I have no idea what he did, but he did something to his eyeball, and it's a little bit better today, but I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. I probably should try and flush it more, but he really did not enjoy that yesterday. I think today, if he saw me coming with a glass of water, he'd probably run away. So we'll just see what happens. I'm keeping an eye on him. I don't know. It's like all of my animals are having something go on with them today, or this week rather. And it's just one of those weeks, I guess, where everybody's gonna have something wrong. It's rude. That's what it is. And yeah, so I don't even know. But Benji, I think when I was outside, after I set the table up tall, I think Benji tried to jump up here and fell off. And then I talked to him, and he said he was okay. So, but when I was outside, I heard a big thunk. And that scared me a little bit, because he's not feeling great this week. So I found this native amaranth, and it's considered a weed, but it's so cool. I think I'll take off all the leaves that are kind of achy looking. Probably the best way to go, but they really are cool as well. I noticed when I tried to take them off by hand, they sometimes tore off more than I really wanted them to. Let's see, how tall do we want this? I'm not sure. I kind of like that leaf, actually. Wish I had more to talk about today. Oh, so I've been, as you maybe know, I'm planning on doing cut flowers in a little bit more purposeful way next year, and I'm pretty excited. I've already gone overboard and purchased, seeds and stuff, and I haven't even made the other raised beds, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to make 3 more raised beds, and they're going to be the cinder block beds, because I think they'll work fine with flowers, although, some flowers get attacked by rodents, but not quite as much as things getting attacked, as like food plants getting attacked. So we'll see how that goes, and I can, to control the bunnies that like to eat stuff, I can just put up chicken wire, and that works really well for the bunnies. So, because that's what I did with my cinder block bed this year, and then the stuff stopped getting eaten, so that was nice. So we'll see how it goes. I think these are really cool. And now that I've got this stuff in, I can kind of see that I don't necessarily need as much stuff in there that I put in. So what's going to be my focal? Probably a sunny, because those are the biggest flowers I have. So I might just be, should I leave the leaves on? I can take them off if I want. Maybe I'll take off. So they're not going to open, but there's little extra buds here. These were some sunnies from a volunteer sunflower, and I was really excited to see that some ones with the longer stems started blooming today. And you really, when you're doing the cut flowers, you want to get them when they're like just starting to lift off, and that helps them last longer in the bouquet. Sometimes I still like to add flowers that are all the way open, and that's just kind of adds the now wow factor. Rhymes. Some visual interest immediately rather than waiting for stuff to open, even though they don't last as long, and the customer is probably going to have to remove them from the bouquet. I think so. This is what it's looking like so far. We might still, move stuff around. We'll see how it goes. I have these little sunnies. I bought this really fun sunflower plant at Wilco this year, and it had just smaller sunflower blooms. And I really liked that. And I also bought it because there was bees on it, and that's usually how I buy plants. If there's bees on it, you can almost guarantee a sale from me. So if you don't know, I've officially been YouTubing for over a year now. I didn't really reach my goal of being monetized by now. I don't know, maybe it will never happen because now I'm going to lose hours, every day instead of gaining them. I'm at 2,900 something. And that just is what it is because of stuff that I went through earlier this year. I'm trying not to be really upset about it or be super jealous of others. It's a little bit hard because I'm a little bit jelly of some other people. But it's okay, it'll be fine. It'll come to me if it's meant to come to me. And if I work harder at it, it'll come to me for sure. But it just is a thing. It's a thing that's right now. What I'm trying not to add today is, so I have baby's breath, but it's going to seed. And so it's not as pretty anymore, even though I think it's still really cool and still really adds to the bouquet. I was just kind of challenging myself not to use it today because it's going to be gone soon and I won't be able to use it at all. Oops, got it out there. Okay. Ooh. It's coming together. So I have this pinkish calendula in here, and then so adding the bright ass pink zinnias kind of rounded that in, so that's nice. I haven't been able to really use any zinnias yet in the arrangements. I have some that I really like. They were called Polar. They were white zinnias, and they just were taking way too long to bloom. And I'm like, what the heck, man? What am I supposed to do? And so I finally had some bloom, and now they're too bloomed. That's one thing I'm finding really interesting to figure out, how to know when your flowers are going to bloom, I guess. Because I'm finding that, they're often blooming in the middle of the week when they're going to be done by Friday. Patty wants to know, do people get to bring back jars for a refill bouquet? I can do bouquets wrapped. So when I sell them, I say, $20 for the quart jar bouquet and $17 without. And then I wrap it in paper. And so then they can put it back in their jar if they want to. Or they could bring it and, it'll still be the $17 or whatever. I thought that was fine. Thought that was a fair price. Some people don't think so. Those people just aren't my target customers then. Being out here in Central Oregon, you can sell stuff for pretty boutique-y prices. So that's kind of how I think of things that I do is boutique and specialized and little. So it's extra special. Really am loving this stuff so much. It's so cool. I really wish, so obviously I kind of knew about this one ornamental grass that they use in bouquets. It's called Frosted Explosion grass, but I didn't think I was going to be doing bouquets this year, so I didn't buy it. And I got to use it at that one floral cut flower place that I went to with my mom, and it lasted so long in the bouquet that I used it for I just threw away that bouquet this morning. It was totally dead. But I just threw it away this morning, and the frosted explosion grass actually still looked, fine-ish. It was a little brown, but it still looked cool. And I'm just like, I did buy some for next year. I'm so excited. I can't wait to use it. Because it's also, to me, it seems kind of like baby's breath. That's it really brings the bouquet together. Which is always nice to have stuff like that, I think. Thank you. I think it looks really nice too. I gotta add a little bit orange, but it's almost done. And it's looking okay without baby's breath, I think. And I think I want to add a little bit, one more of these. Okay, let's get some orange in here. So orange will bring in a little bit of the, I know this is bright ass orange, like neon, but it's kind of cool. It'll look cool. I think this is the, something balls in the name. Balls improved orange or something? I don't know. But it's cool and it's bright as heck. I hope that some Panicum elegans is the frosted explosion grass. I will work on definitely learning botanical names because, it's much easier because there's so many common names for everything that happen to be the same sometimes. But I don't know if I've heard of anything else called frosted explosion grass, so maybe I'm okay on that one. But I do call the Mexican sunflower by its name, Tithonia. I probably pronounce everything wrong. I'm really jealous because, I gave Bruce the Tithonia seeds. He's got way more. Mine finally bloomed yesterday. I have so far one bloom, and it's so pretty. It looks so good. It's so exciting. And I'm also not adding lovage in today. It really seems like quite an integral part of my bouquets, so I'm not sure how I feel about not adding it, but the lovage is getting quite beat up. I think I will add this back in. Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate knowing that. Sometimes, have been in Germany, I often put emphasis on the wrong syllable, and I get made fun of a little bit by my friends, which I don't really mind. I'm just like, whatever. You just haven't been to Germany. You don't know. So I don't care. And then I'm tempted to kind of leave, so I have a leaf on here. Can you even see it from there? Probably not. So I have a leaf on here that got a circle cut out by a leaf cutter bee. And that makes me happy, so I think I'll leave it. This is the first time I'm using the not wide mouth. So I'm having a little bit of trouble. I'm pretty sure I overfill anyway. Now I can't take it out. Ugh. You gotta keep your decision. What was wrong with it? Oh, it just I wasn't pushing it in the right way. It's a little too long. Okay. Let's see. No. It's a little tilty, so it's hard to get it sorted how how I want it to actually sit. Okay. That's good enough. Now it's a little shorter than I wanted. Whatever, I guess. Okay, so I have one orange in there. I kind of want. Oh, I like it. It's looking great. It's a little heavy on this side. Might figure out something. Maybe I'll stand this up a little bit. This was a great addition, I think. I kind of like it when it's not symmetrical, though, too. But I'm a weirdo. Oh, there we go. Looking better. Okay, some more oranges. Yeah, I was trying it because I kind of, like, with less flowers last week, too, I was, on accident, I was finding it hard to get them to stand up in the jar. I could do the tape trick, and that is like putting some tape over the jar to help just give some more formation, but I didn't want to. So I was like, well, I'll try the small mouth jars or the regular mouth jars instead, and it's working good. And I saw that a lot of people actually prefer using the small or regular mouth jars instead, and because they use less, product. And so I was just experimenting, and it is so far kind of easier to have the flowers lay better-ish. I think I want something right there. Let's see. Do I want another orange? Oh, that could be fun. Yeah, let's see. I have a tall enough orange. I don't think I do. That's one interesting thing. I don't know how, well, I think if you use flowers that are meant for cutting, although you never really know, sometimes they won't grow, but some of the flowers I thought were going to be taller just aren't as tall. Like the stems aren't as long. That's the word. That's what I'm looking for. And that's interesting to work with too. A ginger jar vase. I don't know what that is. I think this is done. Holy cannolis, it still took me an hour, whatever. Nope, I see something missing. Or I see something I don't like. Let's see if I can fix it. We have weird thing going on with this little baby sunflower bud we have in here. Let's see if I can cut it off without cutting important things off. Okay. There. That's better. A little better. A little bit. Still feels a little empty where I want it to not be empty. Oh, I have another. Let me see if I can get a better branch here. Maybe this one. This one's really crooked too, but let's see. What is a ginger jar vase? Like that, where you're talking about like the pre-cut ginger stuff? Let's see if this is the right one. Ooh, okay. Maybe not. Trying to push him back. Okay. I'm going to stop this one now because I can always add to it later. This took me a long time. I want to stand this up straighter. There. Oh, okay. That's an icky leaf. We don't want that. I ruined it. Okay, I need to stop messing with it. Okay, there we go. I'm stepping away. I just got really hungry. Dan's probably going to get off work soon. So I'll probably only have, how close am I to the edge? You can't see. Okay, we're good there. I'll probably have to go when he gets off work. But we did one arrangement together. That was a good time. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not quite leaving yet. I'll leave when he gets off work probably. So I'm just putting my extra stuff to the side here to get it out of the way. Are these fun? Whee! I miss the lovage. The lovage, it smelled good and it added really cool texture. I'm really glad you're here, Patty. Oh, I saw it come in. Let me pull it up on my phone. Let's see. Oh. I've never seen, well, I've seen like a jar with a lid before, but I've never actually like seen that or knew it was called a ginger jar. So for anyone who's wondering, sorry, that's the closest I can get. Those are fun. Okay, next. Are they for ginger, or is that just the name? I don't know. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Seemed like people were excited, but they probably just got busy. They just got busy, Adrienne. No big deal. It's fine. They'll watch the replay. Try to make sure I don't, give anybody bugs with my flowers. It's been really fun doing this, even though, I haven't really sold a lot. I'm not, trying, super duper hard. I've been posting it on Facebook, and the one thing I'm saying is they have to pick up, because I am kind of tired of catering to other people all the time. So I was like, they're available for pickup. If I happen to go to Redmond or whatever, I'll say that I'm going to Redmond this day and I can meet you, when I go, or wherever. And so I think that probably deters some people, but sometimes you just gotta stick with your guns. Okay. I'm really glad I picked these. I'm going to keep doing it until I don't have flowers, I think. Because aspen trees, they're such jerks anyway. I was just picking the stuff we probably would have trimmed off. Because there are branches that were pointing downward. Okay, that's not true. I was going to say I don't know if I ever, arranged in an actual vase. Hey, Tina. Before, but that's not true. I arranged in a Dollar Tree vase before. And, various vases when I was a kid. That was such a good time when my mom was a florist. I think it really, it put definitely some floral interests like in my world, which not everybody gets. Well, thank you. I'll show you the one we just finished. It's off here on the side. So we just finished this one. Looks a little frumpy. Probably fluff it up a little bit, but it's fine. It's good enough. Thought I should stop messing with it because, you know, if you mess with something too much, you just mess it up more. Or start to hate it. These, I don't know if you saw this, Patty. Here's some of the amaranth weed. And it's pokey. I didn't know it was pokey. And it kind of hurts when you touch it. But I was like, I can't pass it up. It's too cool looking. Well, this one's not going to have as many cool leaves on it. They're all kind of pooty poop. I don't know if I need this branch here. I hope you're well, Tina. It's been a long time. Okay. I'll be like, if you touch this, be careful because it kind of hurts. Pigweed, yeah, that's right. But I wouldn't call it pigweed. It's called native amaranth. People don't need to know. But this is actually, I think, the first time I've noticed it growing on my property. We watered the area it's growing in this year because we were giving the quail water to help cool down. And so, you know, they got an unusual amount of water this year. So I'm finding some cool things that are growing this year that hadn't grown in the past. Not short enough. And so that's always really fun. I think we're having like some clover pop up, which is fun. That's popping up by the duck's pen. And we had a bunch of, so I planted tobacco and or nicotiana, rather. I think it's called Hopi tobacco or something. I don't know. My friend gave me seeds. I was like, sure, whatever. Anyway, I planted it a couple years ago, maybe 2 years ago, in that bed, and then the seeds must have embedded in the ground, and they're coming up in random places this year, which I find quite exciting myself. I like random floral surprises like that. It's really fun, I think. Work, 2 grandbabies. Yeah. It's what happens, I guess, when you have kids. At some point, there's usually grandbabies involved. I wouldn't know. I don't even have grandbaby chickens. I never bred mine. That just reminded me how scared I am to have someone else watch the farm when we're on vacation. Oh my goodness. I am so scared, you guys. So scared. It's like I don't know. I told her, I showed her who my favorite chicken was, and I was like, if she dies while I'm gone, don't say anything. Just don't tell me. Because it'll ruin my life. In my vacation. So don't tell me. I'm still really worried about leaving Benji with somebody. Kind of sick to my tummy worry. It's so dumb. Is it dumb? I wish I wasn't like this. It makes my life extra hard. It's stupid. That's just who I am. A worry wart. They are my babies. I'm thankful I'm not like as attached to the chickens as I was at one point. Oh boy. I was so attached and scared all the time. Just like positive they were just gonna all die at once. I think that kind of happens to almost every new chicken owner or animal owner in general. Is worried about everything dying. You want a fur baby for your instead of a granddaughter? Just kidding. Or do you want a pet for your grandkid? It could be construed really wrong. Sorry. I thought it was funny. Really excited to go out to eat tonight. So we've spent a lot of money recently. I got for your grandkid. What kind of fur baby? You can come up and get a feather baby. I want to get rid of my geese, but they're not super nice. I tried to give them to Katie from Little Homestead in the Forest. Oh, she came. That's what I did on Monday. So Little Homestead in the Forest, Katie and her husband came and visited me on Monday. We didn't do any filming. We just we're getting to know each other. She lives about 2.5 hours north of me. And so that was really fun. And I was like, hey, you guys want some noisemakers? And they were like, we're not really in the position to have them yet. And I was like, oh, that's too bad. Because I got to find a home for those stupid white geese soon. The baby geese are finally sounding like adults. Oh, they're great. Those baby geese are so great. Words. I'm really pleased with the baby geese so far. They're not mean yet. You won't know until they go through puberty. Go ahead. Some more of this. No feathered friends. Too bad. I don't know. You can put a diaper on a chicken. People do that. Chickens really are gross. I wouldn't recommend having them inside. Although I would have Lady inside. She's just the best. She really is. She's my favorite. So she came up to me yesterday when I was with the farmstead doing a little tour of the property and stuff and talking about things that I would want her to do while she was here and while we're gone. And Lady just kept coming up to me and wanted me to pick her up. And that was kind of a first. And I was like, I will pick you up all day long. That's no problem. It was cute. She's such a good girl. Teenager geese, yeah. Right now they're still good people. That's what I told Dan this morning. I was like, the geese are such good people, and he just laughed at me. I'm like, I call everything people, whatever. They really are. I have quail, but I don't think, for harvesting, I could imagine them being kind of a pain in the butt. I wouldn't know because I'm too much of a wimp. But as far as care and stuff, they're not difficult. Mine aren't, but I've made it easy. Mine definitely aren't nasty either, but they're the Bob White quail. But they're nasty in the way of to each other, like mean, nasty. Like, last year I had some babies, and the quail. When we finally were able to introduce the babies, the quail killed one. That's what they do. Sometimes they can just be like that. They're kind of jerks. But that's just there. Yeah, the Bob Whites aren't messy. I have them in a 12 by 14 pin. And they're a lot cleaner than the Coturnix quail. From my understanding, they don't poop quite as much as the Coturnix quail do. But I wouldn't know because I don't have or have any experience with the Coturnix quail. We were wanting to get them at some point, but I think moving is on the docket sooner rather than later, so we're gonna wait. We don't have anything planned or anything. It's just we're pretty sure we're gonna move at some point soon. Kind of been vocifered finally. Birds in general are kind of like dinosaurs with feathers in their attitude towards each other. Yeah. Or, they're just kind of like hyenas. They'll eat anything. They don't care if they're related to them. Chickens do that real bad too. Well, they probably have all the same breed. Because from my understanding, and I say that a lot, sorry, because I don't have personal experience. From my understanding, Bob White quail and the Coturnix quail don't really get along because Bob Whites are extra hardcore mean. And they'll be like, you're different, I'm going to eat you. Or something to that effect. But in general, the care because I have them on the ground. That works for me. A lot of people don't put them on the ground, and that works for them. And they keep them in a cage or whatever. But I think, smaller cage off the ground. I think that quail are probably the easiest here. Yeah, I think. On my property, I think they're probably the easiest animal. Even easier than the bees. The bees, you have to know a lot of stuff. I have a little bit issues with, still have too many boy quail. So I think Dan needs to do some more culling. We do have 4 babies in the, there's a separate cage in the aviary, and it has 4 babies in it right now, integrating. I like this, but these are kind of big, but they kind of look great. They're busy integrating and getting bigger before we release them to the general population. And hopefully, I don't think we'll know for a few more weeks. Hi, Pete's little homestead. Oh my goodness. Hi, Pete. It's been so long. I hope you're well and all that good stuff. Yes. So last week I did a live where we went ahead and harvested some flowers because I've been working on practicing for cut flower bouquets. I'm going to get a little bit more into it in a more purposeful manner next year. This year I'm just doing it because I have flowers and I love arranging flowers, and I'm selling them as I can. And so like I said, last week we harvested flowers, and this week we're arranging flowers that I harvested this morning. And last week was really popular, so maybe I'll do that again. So that was fun. And I did it on Friday morning, or I just need to, do a live on Friday mornings. Just change up my routine or something. See what happens. My garden? Oh, are you talking to Pete or mine? Or me? I'm glad you're well, Pete. It's good to hear. Oh, this is looking, look, and sometimes I accidentally make them look all the same, but today it looks different. So that's good. And it doesn't need as much stuff. I do want to put the orange in though, because I think that'll be fun. So tonight I saw that the temp, well, it says it's going to be 42. But last time it said 41 and we had a frost. So I think I'll be covering the garden tonight with, I put up the frost cloth frames. Was that Monday? Tuesday. I put up the frost cloth frames, and so now they'll be really easy just to cover. This one is kind of droopy, which is okay. But sorry to hear that your garden's hard, Pete. I mean, it's been a really long time since you've been around. I don't know how much you need to catch up. But if you don't know, we had a really bad heat wave in the end of June, and I think we were over 100 degrees for almost a month. Here at my house in particular, the microclimate is crazy. And so my garden is not as great as it has been in the past, that's for sure. It's been a little disheartening. I'm definitely ready to move. If I wasn't ready before, I'm super ready now. And yeah, it's been totally hard. And then we had a light frost on Monday night and Tuesday night. Already. That put me at less than 70 days of frost free. Less than 70 days. I'm like so mad about it. Because sometimes we have like 90-day growing seasons. Not very often. That was like the first year I was here. We had a really long growing season. And we've never had one like that since, but whatever, whatever, Becky. But it's been rough. It's been a rough year, I think, for everybody, kind of everywhere, really. And it's just been very hard. I'm sorry to hear it's been hard for you, too. Orange. How is your garden, Patty? The last thing, I'm sorry, I haven't been watching anybody's channel really. Last time I remember you had, the giant digitalis. And what's funny is I can't remember the name, foxglove. You had the giant foxglove, and that's the last I remember. Did you grow anything else, or did you just stick with perennials this year? have a lot of really fun volunteers this year, and that makes me happy. I love volunteers. I think this one might be done. I'm going to stand this up more. I think if I can. Two. There. This one's done. I think I like it better than the first one. I didn't have the same amount of sunflowers for every bouquet. Dan's gonna have to get off work soon if we're gonna go out to eat. Yeah, I'm sure you would. You're a good gardener too, and it really makes it extra difficult. I mean, not to mention like all the other challenges we've had. Everyone has been having to deal with, environmental and otherwise. Thanks, Pete. I wish I could send you all my flowers. I would really enjoy that, but they just won't make it. But if you ever come here or where I live, I'll give you flowers if I happen. And do you mean glad us two came to a decision about moving? Yeah. Not sure where, but it'll happen, I think. Probably soon. Not soon as in like right now or anything, or this year, but probably maybe next year or the year after. And hopefully the house prices stay ridiculous just for us. Hopefully. They're saying that this place is worth double what we paid, at least. Almost double. Yeah, almost double. Which would be nice. We're kind of also we're worried about the drought too, I'm worried about the well running dry, to be honest. Oh, speaking of, I'll get to that in a second. You just grew a few flowers and things in pots. Onions you planted are bolting. I'm looking. Oh, yeah, I bet you are. I like hand watering, but I really wish I would have set up, not hand watering. What's it called? Irrigation. So, okay, back to the well topic. So, you guys know my friend Sammy, her well has been on a trickle all year, right? Since like April, I think. Since the hawk started here. And whenever people's wells starting to run dry. Anyway, so she's been on a trickle all summer. The well company finally came. Well, actually, they tried to come about a week and a half ago, but they finally decided, to go on a trip for their son's birthday. And they were gone for only 3 days, and during those 3 days, of course, the well company was like, oh, are you there? We need someone there to work on the thing. And they weren't home, and for some reason, she didn't think of calling me because I would have ran down there. But, so anyway, the well company came yesterday, and they started drilling, and they found they couldn't drill anymore. They don't really know, but it seems like something is in the bottom of the well preventing the drill from going down further. And so she needs a whole new well. So they started drilling a whole new well today. My poor friend, she's so stressed out. She has milk cows and stuff, and she was like, I have to wash everything, and I have to heat up water, and it's just a lot. And I was like, I know, I'm so sorry. And I wish I could help. I was like, well, do you want me to come down? I'll come spend time, I'll come spend time with you if you just need, some company. sometimes that helps me if someone's there, and then I can get stuff done. But her husband was on his way home, so she's like, "I'll be fine." Okay. But yeah, so that's really, really, I feel really bad for her. It's really just awful. That whole situation is just really awful, and it's been such a stressor for me too, because she's my friend, so I've been stressed out for her. I think that's what friends do. But yeah, so that's a thing. I did 3 of them in this one. I liked it. I hope it sells for a good price too, Patty. It should, hopefully. Hopefully, if stuff stays ridiculous, which it seems to be staying ridiculous. Your little Mo, that's your little Chihuahua guy. He's cute. Okay, back to the cookie stuff. Yeah, I did come up with a great idea. I asked her, I was like, so I know it's not like a lot of water, but why don't you, start your crock pot so you can have warm water, just, for washing your hands or whatever, and you can keep filling it up all day. And so you'll always have a little bit of warm water when you need it. She's like, oh my goodness, that's such a great idea. And I was like, she's like, why didn't I think of that? And I was like, well, because you have a lot going on. And I wouldn't have thought about it if I was in your position. So don't even worry about it. Okay, bye, Pete. Dan's walking through. He just got off work, so I'm probably going to wrap this up here because we'll have to leave soon if we want to go out and get home in time to put away the animals. So I'll probably just, leave all my junk out. I want to do this. So yeah, just want to put the amaranth in. So I'll do that real quick. Or this is not amaranth. This is the purple, red, Orach. Patty, you tell me, is it Orach or Orach? I don't know. That one, I really don't know. And I never looked it up. It looks so nice. Okay. I don't know what Dan's doing, but I can't stop myself. I need to finish. Hopefully you heard my question. I wonder how long it's lagging. Or how bad. Okay. Is anybody still here? 2 people. Hoping Patty can tell me. See, that's what I thought. I thought it was just because I was in Germany that I was pronouncing CH with a K, and I wasn't sure. So I was right. Okay. I'm so close. I'm so close to getting these in. Dan just went outside. I don't know what he's doing. But I'm on a roll, and it's looking good. So I don't want to quite stop quite yet. These little sunflowers, they were great. They are great. I had some sunflowers, like these ones. I think they were vanilla something, and bye Patty. I think they were vanilla something, and they just did not turn out like how I imagined at all. And I'm like, I'm not planting them again. Not. Hate when you like are excited about a flower and it like is not what what you thought it was gonna be. It's always awful when that happens. Okay. I'm gonna get this other sunny that I have here on the ground in. And then I'll wrap it up here. All right, so I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, taking a few minutes to hang out with me here on Farmstead Smith. And I gotta come around to be able to turn it off. But I hope you have a beautiful weekend. See you next time.